for you right now with some quick math. We have 1 player left from Japan, 2 left from Florida, 3 from the Southwest, 4 PGR players remaining. This is the, over 500 entrants left in the final 6 competitors of our events, with upwards of 7 sets left in this top 8 bracket to go. Let's kick it off with the final top 6 of CEO Dreamland 2020.
That's too much numbers for me.
1 through 8.
I will take
Count it.
I will take everything you said as facts.
I tried to find a 9, I couldn't. I'm sorry.
But yes, we are going to see KOLA versus Gackt here. First time we've seen these 2 players up against each other, and we do see the Cloud from KOLA here, not opting for the Roy, but for the secondary. The 2 characters that carried him throughout the entirety of Smash 4, and now once again in Smash Ultimate.
That Cloud saved him so hard prior to top 8 to get into this event when his Roy couldn't cut it. His Cloud did, but against Ness's right here from Gackt, I'm surprised he's opting for the Cloud game 1. I don't know, but I like that Ness's shield pressure is really big, and Cloud is going to rip right through that with his up B.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right, where you have to make sure your stuff is safe or you're taking 10% every time from it. There it is again. It's just an answer, right? But we can't talk about Cloud without talking about the buffs he most recently received as well, right? The dash attack, the up smash, that extra kill power, that extra oomph he's got now.
Ness has been looking for the same kind of buff. He hasn't gotten them yet, but the same kind of buffs right here is coming out from KOLA as he's taking a commanding lead right here, 34 to 113. Gackt needs to find a way in here, but KOLA is keeping him out every step of the way.
I was starting to think, I was like, that dash attack's going to be killing pretty soon. Now KOLA with full stage control too.
Trying to find a way, then they're both playing some neutral right now. Gackt opting for a lot of platform cancels there with that PK fire, but it's not tacking on as much damage as you want. But right now, KOLA looking for a way to end this stock out right now. He could be looking for an up smash. Up tilt might not get enough, but he has a lot of options on the table right now.
Right, and you see that meter just sitting there menacingly, finally shining blue for him. You're going to see what is the option here. Just wait on ledge.
Not going to be able to pick up the ledge right there. He still had the invisibility for him to get through. However, he's going to get back on stage just fine. Regrabbing stage control and regrabbing that first stock for him.
Yeah, only 69% there for KOLA. Feeling pretty nice right now. And once again, those up Bs, so decimating. You have to make sure that you are just perfectly spaced on that shield. And the immediate down tilt grab there from Gackt. We've seen that from him all weekend.
The way KOLA is playing center stage is so huge right now. I feel like every single time Gackt almost has him on the ledge, even with PK Fire is being threatening to him right away, KOLA always finds his way back over to the center, whether it be from double jumps over top of the platform or rolling in. Anything he can do, Gackt still just barely got it there, only taking 33% though in the process.
And that's the thing, right? Ness is actually able to attack Cloud at that unique angle with that PK Fire that a lot of characters can't have access to. And it causes Cloud a lot of problems because he's going to interact with that on the way up. And you saw how easy it was for Gackt to finish the stock after that finally connected.
The character the Cloud has become, you know, he's not the same that we're used to him in Smash 4. He's probably like a mid or lower of high tier right now, but he's not facing off top tiers right now. Both characters have some really unique options, and talking about unique options is Gackt with all the PK Thunder 2s we've seen throughout this bracket.
And yet somehow KOLA already with the quiz sheet in hand knew the answer to the test.
I do want to see him land more limits, though, because he keeps getting the meter at really good times, but Gackt has been doing a great job avoiding every key limit, cross slash and limit blade beam.
We've actually yet to see KOLA actually commit to and actually hit a limit so far as well, batting 1,000 on these misses.
Here's another one, though, but he needs to make this limit count if he wants to get this back, because he doesn't, and Gackt now takes his lead, taking the second stock first before KOLA.
Yeah, looking pretty comfortable right now. It was a good start for KOLA. A lot of those upbeats just like that, but you're going to take a ton of damage if you whip those.
Oh, yes. I mean, a lot of damage every time. He's also going to be looking for cross slash at this percent, dealing over 20% each time. Cloud is able to rack up that damage and get his opponents to kill percent way quicker than you would ever think otherwise.
Nice air dodge down there from Gackt, getting out of a bad situation.
Getting back to center stage, both these players are looking for that stage control, and both of them are doing it really well. However, Gackt is utilizing those platforms a little bit more than KOLA, but I think it's just more the nature of the character at this point, but KOLA is bringing it back here. He needs to get that stock off immediately if he wants to stay in this.
Oh no, there's that quick little footstool. Gackt also ready for it. Gonna get all the way to the finish there. I don't know if he touched the stage. He did not. That was the risk of that cross slash there. Did not quite come in contact with the lip of that stage. Never got his double jump back, and that was enough for Gackt there to finish him off. The lack of music cue kind of threw me off there for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I know we can't play Final Fantasy music, but the other one threw me off.
That's fine. That's an Earthbound crowd favorite for all the people at home. We need Mother 3 eventually, please. No matter what Earthbound game it is, I need it. but it's
Yeah,
cool
man, I mean,
because
especially with like Final Fantasy VII R coming out pretty soon. So we might as well see them other 3 as well, right? We're gonna have some time at home pretty soon.
Yeah, but we're gonna forget about the remake right now. We're gonna go back to Fire Emblem right now with the tried and true Roy, because if the cloud didn't work, which it did earlier in that game, but Gackt was able to adjust to it exactly when he needed to. But now we're gonna throw him off with some really intense kill power of Roy right now.
The kill power and the speed difference, right?
Oh, yes.
Like Cloud and Roy both are pretty quick along the ground, but Roy just that much faster, right? That much more explosiveness, not just in the kill power, but in the combo game as well.
Both are not known for their stellar recovery, but I think Roy, and especially in this matchup, is going to be a little bit better against Ness, being able to work on a PK Fire, not able to poking his head up from the ledge quite as often as Cloud does if you're not careful.
Yeah, and that diagonal ability back is such a difference maker against a character like Ness. You are going to survive against those down smashes on ledge a lot easier as Roy than Ness Cloud. Tries to use the PK Fire on the tech in place, doesn't quite get there before the shield comes up, and now KOLA with the advantage in the corner.
See if he can grab this 2-frame right there. However, Gackt stalls it just as much as he should. However, there's going to be a double grab right here. What can KOLA do about it? Nothing. That dash attack won't solve it out.
Get the up throw there, not quite at the percent, but that's going to finish. You see how the wielder of the Binding Blade is able to close out the stock. Quick up B there to avoid the edge guard.
He needs some kind of kill option here because that back throw is about to do it, but the PK Flash isn't going to get him, but that's going to make him go high right into the up smash.
Super smart use there from Gackt. Going to see the up throw here. Interesting.
I like how these flashes are really just bait, because, I mean, sure, KOLA could be falling into it, but he doesn't, and that's what Gackt is expecting. However, what he was expecting was to lose that stock right there, so he needs to keep his head in the game right now.
And now Gackt, KOLA, after taking that first stock, suddenly back in the lead as well, too.
Jab conversions here good.
Not often you see those. Typically you see the downward into the side swing into the downward. But KOLA wanting to force Gackt back above him, knowing that Ness, while good at landing, can sometimes struggle against the bigger hitboxes of the sword characters.
I want to see what KOLA can do here. Whenever he has Gackt off stage, he hasn't really converted much of it in any kind of kill, so he may be, at this point, he could be using counters to counter like a PKC2, or he just needs to be confident, go out there, smack him out of his double jump, and make him pay.
Yeah, still just taking it easy right now. Doesn't want to get too much of a commitment. Still feeling pretty comfortable in this.
Yep, we're still 2 stocks apiece right now, and KOLA does have a slight lead, and Ness is hurting right now. He's going to be at kill percent, looking for any kind of jab, looking for any kind of weak hit into a stronger hit, anything Roy can do to get that sword on him. Oh, barely misses the grab there, which would have been total back throw.
Lucky break there from KOLA, just outside of the range, and now Gackt has to find his way back, but falls into the nair instead. It's the first time we've seen a stock lead for KOLA since stock 1 of game 1.
Yeah, and that's with a different character too.
But too, just as fast.
Gackt is doing a great job always keeping this even and keeping this in his control as well. Whenever he's kind of put off kilter for a quick second, he regains the control quicker than he lost it.
Those instant up airs there from Gackt, such an interesting combo extension. Both rising and falling all the way down. Almost got a regrab for it too.
These close little situations are what Roy thrives off, and I want to see KOLA keep that pressure on him, and he's doing so, but not at the expense of grabs, because that's not easy to get with Ness, and he's able to get a lot off of it.
I like that down tilt nair there from Gackt, trying to cover KOLA's roll, but KOLA back in the advantage here.
Good regrab there from the PK Thunder, able to kind of put on some pressure, but he needs to be careful with stalling those Magnus, because off stage right here, KOLA can be close to getting something. Misses the 2-frame, but also misses a strong hitbox to that, but he gets the back air, and that's going to tie it up 1 apiece.
And you don't see it in the crowd before it switches over the camera, but KOLA with the fist raised in defiance to the Ness right now. And I feel like that neutral B edge guard is one of those things that's going to pay off if not, or when not if, right?
Yes.
He's going to keep using it, and that's something that the Roys tend to get a little bit of the timing down after a short period, and we could see that be a huge difference maker, because that's one of those ones that will just delete stocks so early.
And the way you hold that neutral B, though, is going to make Gackt choose his options sooner than later. And he did catch the 1 double jump out of there with the strong neutral air, did steal that second stock. So the more he kind of gets Gackt thinking quicker than later, that's when he's going to be stealing those stocks if he can read the right option off the ledge.
And we'll see where Gackt is taking us now. We're jumping right into game 3, 1 apiece. Basically a best of 3 for the 2 players here. And to Yoshi's story, this is one where either of these characters can just create an explosive advantage so quickly.
Usually you see on this stage, besides the smaller blast zones, you want to be careful about those lips on the ledge right there because that can be changing for Ness's down smash, but also Roy's going to be able to kind of poke his sword up a little bit easier around there. But it's interesting that Gackt has this confidence to go for these PK Thunders for getting like a little extra damage there while honestly not being in the safest of spots.
Yeah, just outside of the threat range for the most part, but finally KOLA made him pay after one miss and deleted the entire lead that Gackt had.
It looks like whenever he's recovering to the ledge now, especially with the PK Thunder, it's really tough for KOLA to get in there to poke with down tilt or anything like that. But he's going to poke him on the edge, on the air there, on that left platform for the KO.
Yeah, that landing there is such a great tool for Roy. Immediately leading into that jab off the shield pressure. 38% again when KOLA's starting to move a little bit.
Gackt starting to shark with a little bit of these up airs too, applying extra pressure as KOLA has to land, but a double magnet to back air is going to steal that stock, tying it up to a piece.
And I wish you guys could see the camera angles we have right now. The way KOLA is so focused and the way how quickly his fingers are moving across this controller is just phenomenal work from him.
Covering super low, but he gets a second up either back to the ledge. However, he's successful getting to the ledge every single time, but he's only getting about safely off the ledge about maybe a third of the time or so. So
something that happened in the winner's side set for Gackt against ZD,
yes.
ZD actually dashed back and dashed in several times to punish the movement from ledge from him. Gackt pretty comfortable jumping from ledge or using an aerial from ledge.
Yes.
And we've yet to see KOLA really punish that dog. He's eaten a couple of those fairs and has allowed Gackt back in the center.
I feel like that's a mainstay of ZD. He's been doing that all bracket this week, and he's been doing so good with it. And you're right that KOLA, if he can recognize that, Roy has the speed to capitalize on it the same way that Fox does.
Ooh, close call there for KOLA. Just gets the back throw, though. The dash tech, and what DI.
Double up B. Where's the counter, though? I want to see him trying to go out there and get that.
I honestly would almost like to see the trump more than the counter.
That too.
I'm worried that the counter might drop him too low on a stage like Yoshi's Stories.
Good point.
The trump will actually force Gackt to make a quick decision, but the up air is going to finish that second stock regardless.
Ness is a small hurtbox, and KOLA is doing a great job positioning himself close enough to this kid in order to get those strong hitboxes, because it's scary to get up there, especially when Ness has moves like neutral air, but Ness is able to get out of that string attacks quickly and get his own neutral air.
Huge 43% combo there for KOLA. Gonna use the dash attack to get past the yo-yo. Big damage on the downward swing of the double edge dance.
This is getting pretty big here for KOLA. He only needs one more big hit. There it goes. There's the edge guard.
Did you see that animation? Just Ness bending backwards over the binding blade as KOLA finishes out game 3 there. Dominant performance at the end of that last stock for him. Really, really good stuff.
What I liked is that the downer also traded with the PK Thunder, so actually saved KOLA in the process, so technically he didn't even SD with it. So if push comes to shove and he needs a quick kill in a dire situation later on in the set, he could remember that, because that is a similar position Gackt has been in numerous times this set.
And that's the tough break of picking that stage is Gackt, right? KOLA forced him from one side to the other and took him out of the double jump, which is just a guaranteed finish for a player aggressive as KOLA.
Oh, yeah.
And we're back to PS2, back where it all started. See if Gackt is able to return his fortunes to that game 1. It was against Cloud. He hasn't had an answer for the Roy so far.
Good option, getting some early damage as he's taking a small lead here. Up air's juggling Ness right now, but he's keeping him on that platform to give him the space to get down, but not before getting his own grab.
Who wanted the air dodge in. Gackt did air dodge, but Ness's air dodge so good and so far puts him out of the risk of danger there.
Barely misses the PK Thunder 2, though. KOLA was on top of that, got the get-up attack at the right time. Now he needs to find a way to prevent Gackt from getting to the ledge in the first place.
I mean, that last game went so fast. We just now saw the score switch over for KOLA, and there we saw the stock go as well.
KOLA is doing what he can to find a way with this win condition to close out Gackt's final stock, because right now, if he wins this game, he's moving on to loser semis, and he wants to be there right now, not Gackt.
Yeah, and you want to make sure you don't give Gackt any room to get openings here. His combo game is like almost none other. Reminds me a lot of the American equivalent at Bestness, right?
Yes.
Where once he gets rolling and once he understands how he can approach with those smaller hitboxes, it's really hard to get him off of you.
Speaking of that combo game, though, and KOLA is doing that, applying a quick 31%, but also putting great pressure on Gackt right now, keeping him in the air without a double jump.
Oh, the trades, and you're more than happy to see this if you're KOLA, because you keep forcing Ness up, right? The Binding Blade is a great option to try to counteract a lot of those landing hitboxes of Ness.
That's a tough way to recover against that PK Thunder, so good job on Gackt getting additional damage, but he needs a little bit more to seal out this stock before KOLA can find any way to finish it, because Roy's kill power is absolutely disastrous, and there it is! Getting the advantage right now, 2 stocks to 1. And he is ready to win this!
That started off of 2 parries there. That's the first time we've seen KOLA really get consistent parries this set, understanding how Gackt is approaching, understanding how Gackt is using his hitboxes, and KOLA just dominating him for the last 20 seconds of that stock.
Right now, Gackt has not been able to get the stock off yet. However, he's looking at him off stage, but the counter coming out for the first time this whole set. Save it for the times that matter most. When your opponent is not expecting it, that is what KOLA did, and that's how he succeeded that situation. Oh, but he just barely loses it to that up air right there. 1 stock apiece.
Yeah, but a 52% deficit right now, and KOLA really hasn't given up lead this entire set. Gackt probably needs 1 or maybe 2 neutral interactions to level this out, but I mean, I don't see if him breaking down KOLA's defense anytime soon.
Both just kind of chasing each other on the stage. Gackt getting a couple grabs, but he's not getting much off, but I think that's just Ness. However, if you're not confident in those down throw conversions, he's at least just getting him near the edge of the stage, because that's where he wants to get more damage and edge guards.
The mix from KOLA right there, the up B onto the platform, then an immediate up B drop down through, actually tricked Gackt up a little bit. And now the lead starts to grow just a bit more.
85 is big for Roy, because that's when your jab to back airs are going to start to come online. Also jabs to side B. He's really jab to anything with this character.
Ooh, good air dodge. You can get away from the Ness up air. Tie game here, though.
Oh, he just barely misses the down smash, so that could have been it for KOLA, but he has another lease on life here, adding on more damage, hit 1 of neutral air though, but he failed to convert off of it.
I mean, you look how KOLA is just moving around Gackt right now, bobbing and weaving, throwing out hitboxes, and the up air, not quite, Gia. The back air, though, will seal the deal. KOLA with the 3-0 with the Roy, the 3-1 overall, advancing into losers semis. What a set to start off.
Absolutely beautiful, and every single step of the way where KOLA took those advantages as far as he possibly could, whether it be from the kill moves in the air or the downer off the stage, he's sending Gackt